Long gone are the days when children sit quietly at their desks, waiting patiently with their hands folded, hanging on every word of their teacher. Those early days involved activities that spark interest and encourage high levels of thinking, but have very little connection to what was occurring in the real world. In those days, some students approached the activities with enthusiasm and excitement, and few left the classroom with pleasant memories and new perspectives. Today's classroom must prepare students to compete in a global society. It must contain students involved in studying content in depth or at advanced levels while making connections to the real world and using technology to enhance the process. The children are challenged to approach the core content just as experts in that discipline would. They leave the learning experience with new knowledge and refined skills. While both classrooms have characteristics that benefit children, the second one prepares the students for functioning in future careers. By applying the knowledge gained in the school setting to new situations, the students will be able to carry this learning with them throughout their lives. How do you motivate underachieving gifted children? This is a challenge many educators face. How do you engage students and meet their educational needs? I'm a teacher in an academically gifted public high school in Missouri. We serve grades 6 through 12. All of our students are smart, some geniuses, but many times we are faced with students who are just unmotivated. They are not interested in school, they're bored, and they're not being challenged. Action Research Project examines the question: can you motivate underachieving gifted students through technology integration? My project involves using technology as a focus to teach core concepts in math, science, social studies, and language arts. Students involved in this research are participating in a paperless classroom, in which all facets of their learning involve technology. With this research, I sought to prove that technology can be used to motivate the underachieving gifted students. I asked my students if they thought that using technology would motivate them to complete their assignments.
It's like when I get on the computer, my juices get to flowing, and it's easier to do the assignments.
Yes. It's fun and interesting.
Yes, I do in fact believe that technology motivates me. It's because of the innovation and future uses that I may have practice in using this technology that it does motivate.
I do, because it allows me to do something that I like while working, and usually people do something more.
Yes, just because it's like more hands-on computers and just videos and cameras using all those types of gadgets.
This research is interesting because generally people have the assumption that gifted children are highly motivated and always make good grades. This assumption is just that, an assumption. All children need some motivation to achieve, especially the highly gifted. In my literature review, I was able to pull resources that discuss the many characteristics of gifted children and how technology can affect them positively. It is important to understand that gifted children have many factors for why they underachieve, and it has been proven that technology is a strong factor for why they do achieve. I was hoping this would motivate my students to work on assignments with a great deal more enthusiasm. In my desktop publishing and web design course, my goal was to introduce students to desktop publishing concepts while improving their reading, writing, and problem-solving skills across the curriculum. I wanted to determine if using multimedia could help to motivate students to work efficiently and cooperatively in small groups. Would it help students to write more intensively, and would it allow them to edit their work before they submitted it? I provided all the instruction through media.
Design teams. By now you should have emailed me your team name, slogan, and member's name.
In Cycle 1, I concentrated on creating new technology experiences for my students.
Digital storytelling. Before the other day when you had that in the time Dropbox. Have you ever heard that term before? Yes, but you heard about it.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I provided them with a website to upload their work and download instructional information. They were able to peer edit by sharing documents via Web 2.0 tools. I was very surprised at my findings because of two reasons. One, the majority of students work more effectively in a small group of either 3 to 4 students. I made sure the groups were evenly distributed according to skill level and personalities. They enjoy working together and they easily assigned roles, and 90% of the groups were successful.
The second reason I was surprised in my findings is because the students I usually receive little or no work from like using the various technologies and working in small groups. All of these lower achieving students excelled during this cycle. I had some great projects.
Now this is a story all about how my Freddy got flipped all upside down. Now I'd like to take a minute to sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the principal of a place called the school.
I determined that the students really enjoyed using the iMac computers and were very enthusiastic when given assignments that were student-driven and required them to use a great deal of their creativity. I learned that about 99% of the students enjoyed learning new technologies. And of all the projects we completed during the cycle, my students enjoyed creating digital stories the most. In Cycle 2, I wanted to determine if I would have the same positive results that I had in Cycle 1 if I worked with a teacher in a core subject area. I decided to work with an algebra teacher to integrate technology in 2 out of 4 of her math classes. The students met in the computer lab during their math time, and I collaborated with her to design technology-enriched lessons to teach concepts such as line slope, exponents, and scientific notation. An algebra website and course portal were created for students to view assignments and upload their work to their teacher. The students were able to view the course notes via PowerPoint and email their teacher with questions. The teacher also created a blog for them to share resources and comment and provide feedback on the class. The algebra teacher used a smartboard to provide students with interactive lectures. The highlight of the project involved creating a music video and song that helped students remember the direction of a slope, and also working with the teacher to create a podcast on negative exponents. This was truly an experience none of the students had experienced before. They were very excited to see their teachers join forces to create positive learning experiences.
Having trouble, man? Don't know the direction of a slope? Well, here's a song to give you hope. Here we go. Positive.
At the start of this program, I had no idea that I would spend the next 12 months involved in such a unique learning experience, not only for myself, my students, but all the individuals I have shared this journey with. When I determined what my action research project would be, I had no idea that 12 months later I would have the opportunity to support my research by accepting a position as an instructional technology coordinator. The mere existence of this position promotes the idea that the integration of technology enhances education and provides students with unique and authentic learning experiences. This program and my action research has ultimately prepared me for my future in this position and has ultimately allowed me to reach my dream job.